Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today's video is going to be a short one. Customer complaint that the saw is locked up. Now, the lesson here is going to be sometimes when you think you find the problem, it's actually the result of the true problem. Show you what I'm talking about here. So I pulled on the cord and the saw is locked up. We're going to pull the clutch cover off and take a closer look. A man without aim is like a clock without hands, as useless if it turns as if it stands. So you can see that the oh, that's stale. The blade brake was on. So there's your problem, right? Customer tried to tighten the clutch cover on with the blade brake set. It binds against the clutch drum, and in this case part of the clutch apparently, and you can't turn the engine over. So I take my handy dandy scratch that's been modified just for resetting these things. We're going to reset it. On this Husky, always make sure that the band is sitting on top of these little perches right here that I'm pointing at, and not in front of them. No, you would think that you could just bolt the clutch cover on and be good to go. But I learned a long time ago when I was doing iron butt motorcycle rides that sometimes you can make better time if you just slow down. What I mean by that is this is the result of a problem, not the problem itself. Take a look at what we got here. That white plastic ring right there, that's a shipping plug or whatever. And you know, the customer didn't put that plug on there. It's got a dealer sticker on it. So that left the shop that way. And when I checked back the records when this was bought, it was bought during one of those big sales we had. Man, this one's stale too. Gotta get my fortune out though. What do we got? A closed mind is like a closed book, just like a block of wood. Okay. So, you know, this was during dealer prep. This was screwed up, I'm sure. Well, we'll get this squared away for the guy and put her back together, and there won't be any charge on this one. So I guess the lesson is, if I had to write a fortune key, it would be sometimes the problem is deeper than the reflection on the surface. How's that for a fortune? Alright, let's get on to the next video. So for our second video, we're going to take a look at a Poulan Wild Thing. The customer complaint on this one is that the saw won't start. The customer says when he used it last, he used stabil in the fuel tank, and he put it into storage that way, and he doesn't understand why it won't run now. So we're going to look it over a little bit and see, first of all, what kind of shape the cylinder is in. And it looks clean. I mean, you can tell the saw was lightly used and there was no problems with that. The cylinder is perfect. And because the cylinder is perfect, I know I'm going to be able to get this thing running. So we're gonna keep going here, and I'll clean the air filter off a little bit, and then we'll move on to the fuel system. So the deal here is, you know, the person that buys a box store chainsaw isn't always the most mechanically inclined person. Now, that's not a bad thing. Actually, that's a good thing for me because that's my bread and butter is repairing box store chainsaws or any piece of equipment that the customer maybe isn't up to speed on all the maintenance. I mean, rebuilding carburetors is, a couple of them a day easy. So we're going to take a look into the fuel tank here. And, these damn Poulan saws, this cap, it's like they swell up or something. You can't get them off. And when you do break them loose, they usually spurt at you, so I put the rag over it. Now, you remember I told you that the customer said that he used Stabil in the fuel tank. Stabil has a distinct odor, and I am smelling Stabil right now. So we're gonna dump the contents of the fuel tank out, and we're gonna see exactly what this guy has got in here. Take our handy dandy radiator fill funnel, and this is like pure Stabil.
Oh, come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Yeah, it won't run on that. And unfortunately for this guy, I'm pretty sure that he never ran any stabilized fuel through the carburetor, because I ended up having to rebuild the carb on this anyhow. But, you got a saw back for less than replacement cost, so that's all good. So I just wanted to jump in here and talk about a couple of recurring themes that you're going to find on these over the bench videos. One of them is that when you find a problem with a piece of equipment, you really need to determine if you found the actual problem or if you just found the result of the actual problem. A good example would be that shipping plug that was left on the bar stud. That was the actual problem, and the brake band locking up the engine, all that monkey business was the result of the actual problem. It may be a problem in itself, but it's not the actual problem. So you got to fix the whole damn thing. The other recurring theme you're going to find here is that it's okay to make a mistake. If you make a mistake and you fix it before it goes out, that's called learning. If you make a mistake and the equipment goes out and the customer catches it that you made a mistake, then you need to make it right with the customer. Plain and simple. They paid for a repair, you jacked it up, you make it right. End of story. If you start arguing with them about something like that when it was your fault, you're going to quickly earn a reputation as being a shady mechanic, and you don't want that. So I just want to throw that out there. A couple of recurring themes you're going to find on these videos, and I hope they're helping you out if you're new to this business, or maybe you've been around for a while and you just like watching how other people do their repairs. Sometimes you pick something up. I know I have from watching other videos of mechanics on YouTube. Sometimes you just do things so many times that it never occurs to you that there might be another way to do it. So I appreciate everyone that's been watching the videos and supporting the channel. Thank you. Later.